Chapter 2. Nana. When Nana awoke that morning, the spirits had whispered that a visitor would come and what the visitor would want. She had already begun preparing the potion that would answer the question. Creatures of all kinds sought her wisdom except humans, but she didn't mind. They were rarely good company anyway. The forest, spirits, and stars offered better conversation. She had no siblings, and her parents had long since passed on, though they still visited from time to time. But it wasn't the same as the warmth of living voices. Nana had built her cottage with her own 2 hands when she was still young. She'd chosen this place carefully, a nexus energy node, one of the strongest in the natural world, where many ley lines converged beneath the earth. Her parents had taught her to feel such things, had shown her how nature pulsed with quiet power, and how flowers and herbs could ease even deep pain. She was born in a village not far from here. Her parents were famed for their potions and spells, sought after from many lands. That peace lasted until the church arrived, preaching the new ways, condemning the old. Their priest spoke of a single God whose love could heal all ills and banish sin. He called witches evil and their knowledge dangerous. Many villagers were swayed by his silver tongue. One day, a prominent family's young son fell gravely ill. The priest insisted that only prayer could save him. For days, the family and eventually the whole village prayed without rest. Desperate and fearing the worst, the boy's mother finally turned to Nana's parents, remembering the help they'd once offered. They came at once. The boy needed strong medicine, fast and frequent, or he would die. But it was already too late. Despite their best efforts, the boy slipped away. Grief-stricken and swayed by the priest's words, the parents turned on Nana's family. The priest declared the boy had died because they had faltered in their faith. The elders, full of guilt and fear, sentenced Nana's parents to death. She was only 4 when they were hung in the village square. They made her watch to discourage her from following in their footsteps. She was taken in by an older farming couple whose own children were grown. They worked her hard, kept her hands busy to protect her from temptation. The priest remained for a time until the king's guard arrived. He was a con man, wanted in several provinces for peddling a false faith that had led to the deaths of many. The guard revealed everything, including the boy's death, and escorted him away. A second priest came, gentler and kinder, and told the villagers that medicine and faith could coexist. The villagers were ashamed. They tried to make amends. Nana was allowed to attend school, and her adoptive family hired help to give her more free time. But the damage had been done. She spent more and more time in the woods, where the shame of others couldn't reach her. When she was 6, she found a spring deep in the forest that shimmered with unnatural light. The air buzzed with energy. The water rippled like something playful swam within it. She felt a presence, but no fear. She returned again and again. One day, lying beside the spring, she fell asleep. She dreamed of her parents. They spoke to her like they used to, teaching her, reminding her. When she awoke, she heard giggling. 2 small girls played in the spring, one fair-haired, the other dark. "You shouldn't be in there. It may not be safe," Nana called. The girls looked up, surprised. "You can see us?" asked the blonde. "You're right there," Nana replied, confused. "We're sprites," the darker one explained. "Most humans can't perceive us." "You must be magic," Nana only smiled. From then on, the sprites became her companions. They taught her the ways of water, of spirit, and of their forest kin. By the time she was 10, her parents visited nightly in dreams, teaching her more. With their help and that of the forest creatures, Nana grew wise in the natural arts. One morning, she packed her treasures and set off alone. She cast a spell one her parents had taught her that would guide her to a nexus of power. Glittering threads of light led the way. The trail meandered through safe woods, past food, water, and warm sleeping places. After several days, just at dusk, the light ahead grew so bright she had to squint. She stepped through a grove and found a clearing bathed in soft energy, the perfect place for a home. She was still small, so it took her a long time to build. At first, she lived in a tent, then a hut. Over the years, the home grew with her. The land provided fruit trees, a river full of fish, and a lake nearby for bathing. Soon, the creatures began to come. The first was a bear, limping and bleeding. She was terrified until she saw the pain in its eyes. She applied a salve she'd made for her own skinned knees earlier that day. The bear calmed instantly and nuzzled her cheek in thanks. It stood on its hind legs, gazed at her, then looked to the river. Nina followed. The bear waded into the current, waited, then swiped. A massive fish landed in her bucket. It did this again and again, until the bucket was full. Then it turned, held up its healed paw, nodded once, and disappeared into the trees. He had paid her for her kindness. And so her life began among the wild, spirits, and the silence.